love this song.
This is the first episode of The Road Zone. It was recorded on our drive back from San Francisco. Brendon and I, this is Randy speaking, bought a digital audio recorder and recorded large portions of our drive. Pretty excited. We get to do some fun out of the studio things with it from now on. Thanks to all the people who came to the shows in San Francisco. It was great to see you guys. Hopefully we'll get to do more stuff like that with all three of the members of the Bone Zone. And you guys can come see us live. It'd be a lot of fun. Go to bonezonepodcast.com, click on the donation link. That will help us cover some of the costs, including this audio recorder that we bought, which is going to make the Bone Zone much more fun. All right, enjoy.
Welcome to the Bone Zone!
We're on the Bone Zone?
Bone Zone Car Zone.
We're on the Bone Zone right now?
We're in the Bone Zone, in the car zone.
We're in the Bone Zone mobile.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the Bone Zone mobile. Driving towards Fresno and Stockton, California. Road Zone, Car Zone. Pizzone.
Pizzone.
We should start a Pizzone Zone.
I know we should get sponsored.
Yeah, from the Pizzone.
Pizza Hut. Bone Zone, brought to you by the Pizzone.
And Oreo Pizza.
Do they have Oreo pizza?
One of them does. Domino's, I think.
Ugh.
You want to get one?
Yeah, that's what
Let's do it on the way home.
I say, then yeah.
Do you want to get an Oreo pizza?
No. What does that mean? It just has crumbles. It's a dessert pizza.
Made out of... Yeah, it's a dessert pizza.
But does that mean that, like, the crust is Oreo crust and the sauce is white sauce? Or does that mean it's, like, crumbles of Oreos all over, like a cookie?
I don't know.
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Google it.
Yeah. Or we can call 411.
You want me to call 411? Should we?
Call 411 and ask what's on an Oreo pizza?
Yeah. Let's do that.
You have cell service?
Welcome to the 21st century when we can be in a car. Okay. 411.
And more.
Oh.
City and state, please.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I just want to find out what's on an Oreo pizza.
Oreo pizza?
Yeah.
I would be needing at least a state to help you further.
California.
California?
Yeah.
Thank you. I would be glad to check a large city in California if you can provide one.
I just want to know what's on an Oreo pizza. This information?
San Jose?
Yes.
San Jose?
411. Okay, I'll check San Jose. One moment, please.
I'm here with my twin brother, Randy.
Hey, this is Randy. You were speaking to my twin brother, Brendon.
Randy's birthday was yesterday. My birthday's today.
We were born 3 minutes apart.
Randy was born at 11:59 p.m. on October 13th. I was born at 12:02 a.m. She hung up.
Did she really?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in San Francisco, right?
We were in San Francisco. We're driving home now.
We're on our way back. We were there for 3 days.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And now
it's Sunday.
And we're like 5.5 hours away from being home still.
So it's going to be the longest podcast ever recorded.
Yeah.
This might be the fastest podcast ever recorded.
What's that mean? Oh, like...
Well, we're driving 75 miles an hour. Does anybody else record podcasts at this speed?
Probably not. I think everyone's probably going 0 mile. I mean, maybe there are some parts that are traveling a little bit. But,
Name one.
Well, I guess if you're in like a chair that has wheels on it and you're sliding towards the mic as you're talking, that has a little bit of velocity, that podcast. But yeah, we're going 80 miles an hour right now, so that's probably some sort of podcast speed record.
Maybe we're setting a speed record.
Yeah, a land podcast speed record. Do it from a plane.
Anything will help, really.
Yeah. We saw a completely naked guy walking on the street.
Yep.
His dick was out. Well, no, it wasn't. His dick was just regular, but he was completely naked.
Yeah.
It wasn't out of anything. It was just naked.
San Francisco's full of freaks.
Yeah, there's lots of different classifications. There's like, depending on the neighborhood, the freaks are different, but they're all freaks.
Yeah. So I'd like to send a shout out to all the San Francisco freaks doing a good job.
Yeah. Like the dirty fucking gutter kids that have like backpacks and dogs.
Yeah.
And
they ask you for money.
Yeah, and then like the guys with like no makeup and regular guy haircuts, but they're wearing sequence booty shorts and like leggings.
Yeah, those guys. I'd like to send a shout out to you, freaks.
Or what else?
There's the young black guys with their rap CDs that they're trying to force on people.
Yeah. Or
crazy. You don't actually. San Francisco is one of the few places in the country where you can see homeless Asians.
Homeless Asians.
Yeah, you don't really get homeless Asians anywhere.
Yeah, not too much, right?
Probably in Asia. Yeah, me too. Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, we're going to do a commercial.
Let's check back in later.
We'll check back in later. I'd like to send a shout out to everybody. Okay, we're back. We're checking back in.
Oh, we're back already?
No, it's just a hoax.
Oh, it was a hoax? The whole thing was a hoax, or we're not back?
We are back.
Oh,
no, we're not back. We haven't left yet.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
I get it. So the idea of us leaving was a hoax?
No, we'll still leave.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're taking a break. We'll see you guys. Don't change that channel. We'll be right back. Or we'll be back in a little while. We might even take like an hour-long break, but you won't even know.
So we really are.
So we'll come back.
Okay.
But when we come back, it'll be immediate to you.
To them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're taking a break now. Hey, we're back. It's been a few hours.
Oh, wait, we're back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when we were doing the podcast earlier?
Like a few hours ago?
Yeah. Now we're back.
Okay. Yeah, we were like a few hours in the past.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Now
we stopped, we got gas.
Oh, yeah, wow. Gas's prices are crazy.
Gas's prices are crazy.
Yeah.
Noble Gas's prices are crazy.
Yeah, but welcome to present time.
3 hours later than it was before.
Yeah, for us. For you guys, you're still listening to us in the past. It's just a different part of the past because they're not listening to this live, right?
Right. Or
unless someone's in my backseat, I haven't checked.
Oh, I haven't checked. Now I'm scared to, though.
Yeah, let's just look forward.
Let's not turn back.
I don't want to check.
I don't want to turn around. If there's somebody in the back seat, please don't injure us or anything.
Yeah, and just like, if someone is in the back seat, they're not a fan of our podcast because they haven't laughed once.
Yeah, if you are back there, you could maybe show a little like respect and respond to our jokes.
Yeah, or at least like a head nod and a smile, and make sure your face is in my rear view mirror and I can see that.
If somebody's in the back seat, reach up and touch Randy on the shoulder.
Well, that's the problem with that is I have a ghost that is always touching my shoulder, so I always feel like a warm hand on me. So it's not gonna be able to tell the difference.
So the ghost just rests its hand on your shoulder?
Yeah.
That's kind of comforting.
It is comforting, but I found out like years into it that it's just because he's blind and I'm like guiding him.
Oh, you got a blind ghost following you around.
Yeah, I'm like his guide person.
You're like a seeing eye dog, but for a ghost.
But for a
and
ghost.
You're a person.
I'm a seeing eye living person for a blind ghost.
But you get to do whatever you want to do, though, right?
Yeah. No, he's along for the ride.
So that's not so bad.
It's not, but there's always Like, I have to wear shirts that are sleeveless on one side because otherwise that side gets too hot because there's a warm hand on it.
Yeah.
So I have like spaghetti strap on one side, regular sleeve on the other.
Spaghetti strap?
Spaghetti strap, yeah.
Do you ever get hungry and accidentally eat your spaghetti strap off your shirts?
No, but what I do is I'll have to buy 2 shirts, usually one spaghetti strap shirt and one regular shirt, and have them sewn together.
Combine them.
Yeah, and it would be smart just to make 2 shirts out of those 2 shirts, but I usually throw one half of the regular shirt away.
Well, because the shoulder would be on the wrong side.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess I could turn it inside out and then rotate it, but
yeah.
I just see it as an opportunity, as I have an extra spaghetti strap to eat, so I just eat it.
So you use one practically for shirt purposes, and the other one you just eat.
The other one I just eat, yeah.
Now, do you eat just the strap or the whole shirt?
Well, I always say I'm just going to eat the strap, but I usually end up eating the whole shirt.
Now, what's the Marnar situation on this?
Well, it depends, on like where I bought the shirt. Like the one at the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica is really close to Buco de Beppo.
Oh, okay.
And so I just run over there and be like, hey, I just ordered breadsticks and you forgot to put my Marnar in there. And they usually are tricked. So they give me a little, like a hot side of Marnar to go in one of those little styrofoam ramekins.
Uh-huh.
So then I'll
you just dump it right on your shirt.
Yeah.
Is that why you always have spaghetti sauce on your shirts?
Yeah, it's because
you're going to eat them.
Yeah, it's because I'm planning on eating them later.
That's pretty clever. Because
Yeah.
people just think you're a slob. They don't know that you're a shirt eater.
I know. I'm almost tempted to tell them, hey, I'm not a slob, but the fact that I eat shirts is more embarrassing.
It's way more embarrassing
than being a shirt eater.
Now that you mention it, you always have some kind of condiment on your shirts.
Yeah,
And it's because you eat them when you go home.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, sometimes shirts are cheaper than regular food, so.
That's true.
You go to CVS and you're like, I'm starving. And it's like, well, I can buy a box of Chips Ahoy for $5 or a 2-pack of shirts for $4.
Yeah.
Good pack of shirts.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm still kind of sick.
So why don't you tell the audience what's been wrong with you?
What's been wrong with me?
Yeah, you're sick. Your illness.
I don't want you putting me on the spot. I don't want to do that.
All right.
You're putting me on the spot. I told you about my illness and confidence.
Well, you just mentioned it on the podcast.
Well, I didn't want to talk about it exactly because it's weird.
Okay, we'll drop it.
All right, we'll drop it because it's too weird to talk about. I'm embarrassed.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Well, it's a physical sickness. It sounds the symptoms are physical.
Yeah, I know.
But the root of it.
You shouldn't be embarrassed that your immune system's all weak and stupid.
No, but that's the thing. It's actually not. It's a mental illness that there's a dead coyote on the side of the street.
Coyote laying there. He might have been sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, he picked a weird place to put his head.
Well, maybe he wants to lay in the sun,
It's right on the yellow line.
Right down.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of the hottest part, is right where the tires drive by.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a mental illness, which is embarrassing. I don't want everyone to know that I think I'm mentally ill or whatever, but the symptoms are physical. So it's like my brain is like tricks my body into thinking I'm sick when I'm really not. So like I'll just cough and I'll get a runny nose, but it's not because I have any type of virus or bacterial infection. It's because my brain's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about it.
I don't want people calling me like
Crazy Randy
or mental retard Randy or like whatever. But the thing that's even weirder is the reason that my brain does that is because I caught a virus and it led to a bacterial infection, and that makes my brain tell my physical symptoms to happen. So the root of it is a virus.
Okay.
But that's what causes the mental illness, and the mental illness causes the physical symptoms.
You always get the most complicated illnesses.
I know, and I thought that was it, and I went to see a specialist, and he was like, hold up. Your last doctor was almost had it right, because in reality, you have a mental illness that makes your body go out and catch viruses and bacterial infections, which leads to this special mental illness that leads to the physical symptoms.
And in your old doctor's defense, he wasn't a real doctor, he was a musician.
He was a musician.
He had a name, Dr. Ivory's, because he played the piano.
Yeah, but he was a practitioner. He was like a nurse practitioner, so he could actually see patients, but he wasn't an actual doctor. But
even though
because he works in the medical field, he took on the name doctor for his piano profession. Let's take a break.
Okay, we'll take another break. Okay, so we'll take a break and we will see you shortly.
Okay.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Randy has something he wants to tell you guys.
Well, I just feel like it's important to be honest with our listeners, and we really did just take a break, probably like a 3-hour break.
Yeah.
But all the other times
we didn't really take breaks.
Yeah, we were kind of just doing a little bit of make believe, and we just want to make sure you guys all still trust us.
Yeah, we felt bad.
But we really did just take a break this time, because now it's even dark outside.
It's really dark.
A lot has changed.
Lots changed. We went to Carl's Jr.'s.
Yeah, we went and got some garbage burgers.
I'm going to call it Carl Jr.'s, because I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think they just accidentally made a typo on every single piece of paper and sign that they've ever made.
Not to harp on it, but this is, I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast, on the PCast before, but it really bothers me. Carl's Jr. and Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I don't understand. I just don't understand why they're taking the English language and wiping their ass with it.
Yeah, it is kind of rude, but that's okay. I still, I have fond memories of Carl Jr.'s from my childhood, so I'll cut it some slack.
I didn't grow up with Carl Jr.'s.
You did?
In my neighborhood. No, there was Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers.
You guys ever have Roy Rogers?
No, what's that?
It's like a burger place. They had a Fixin's bar.
Oh, okay.
It's like Hardee's. I think Hardee's took it over. There aren't many Roy Rogers left.
Well, Hardee's and Carl Jr.'s are the same.
Oh, really?
Right now, yeah. I think so, yeah. On the East Coast, okay. Hardee's serve the same things that Carl Jr.'s sells.
So, if you're a fast food guy, you just learned the lesson.
Yeah, make sure you can rewind and re-listen and take notes if you want.
If you want to, no one's going to stop you.
It might be important, though.
And I shouldn't act like I know. Somebody might try to stop you. I don't know your situation.
Yeah, if you're in a place where you're not supposed to be doing anything, like with pens or paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We just passed the Stinky Cow place.
Yeah, when you drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco and vice versa, you pass 2 big cattle farms, and they're pretty smelly.
Yeah, they're gross. They're a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit in the air, basically, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of tiny little pieces of shit floating around. Works its way through your car.
That's when you're smelling poop. That's actually little particles of poop going into your nose.
They're just little tiny poops. If you look at them under a microscope, they look like turds. They look like little tiny turds. Right?
I think so.
Some of them are like little piles of turds. Which is cool.
I never looked through a microscope.
Yeah. You never looked through a microscope at anything?
Well, no, I have.
Okay. Remember the idea that I came up with about, like, if you're in a hotel room and you want to get cum everywhere?
Yes.
Should I tell it?
Yeah, tell it.
Okay, so because everyone knows that hotel rooms have cum all over them anyways.
Everywhere.
And especially the bedspreads. But, like, if you're one of those guys that wants to get cum all over the hotel, I mean, you're fairly limited biologically. You can get cum on some stuff, but, there's you have to rest. And
it's hard to get an even coat.
Yeah. So what you do is you come into a spray bottle and then fill it up with hot water, preferably like almost boiling.
Yeah.
And then like dilute the cum into a spray bottle and then just spray it.
And you can mist your semen all over everything.
Yeah, I mean, the idea was just for the bedspread at first, but I was like, why stop there? You know, there's a lot of surface area in this room. So you just kind of spray a diluted, like, cum solution all over your whole hotel.
And that way you can make sure that you get everything.
Yeah, because some things they do clean, but there's no way that every day those maids come in and scrub the walls and the faucets,
The lampshades.
the toilet handle, the phone. Yeah, the receiver of the phone, the curtains,
The TV.
yeah, what else?
Really, sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean, inside of the mini fridge.
Yep.
Outside of the mini fridge.
Inside all the drawers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even, like, you can pull, sometimes the furniture is, like, drilled and, like,
Yeah.
bolted in, but you can, like, get behind the furniture, because no one's going to clean there.
Yeah.
Unless, like, you know, Holiday Inn takes over a Ramada, and they're like, all right, we have to get some fixtures out of here.
Yeah.
So your cum could be in there for a really long time, and that's a great opportunity, I think.
But then if someone gets murdered, this is the only risk that you run, is
Yeah.
that if someone gets murdered in the room, then there's going to be DNA. You're going to have to explain away your DNA.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
it's behind all the furniture.
It'll be stressful, but you'll probably get out of it. But you will have to explain that you cummed into a spray bottle, added hot water, and sprayed it all over a hotel room.
Yeah.
Which is pretty. Well, it depends on who you are. It could be pretty embarrassing. I'm pretty confident in what I do, but some people might not be.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to pull a stunt like that, you should just own it.
Yeah, totally.
And if you are currently being accused of a crime and you need an alibi, you could say you're listening to the Bone Zone and they could submit us into evidence. I don't know if a podcast has ever been submitted as evidence.
That'd be great. That'd be a good promotion if we were evidence on a high-profile cum case. I kind of worry about that same idea because I have so much body hair that my hair is always falling out of me.
Yeah.
So, like one time I was just walking through my neighborhood, my old neighborhood, which isn't a very good neighborhood, and I was like, I bet I have chest hairs all over this fucking place, and if someone gets murdered right there, like their murder wound will have one of my chest hairs in it, and they'll be like, oh, now we know who murdered them, because how else would a hair get in it, you know?
Probably like a lot of other people's hairs too, though.
Yeah.
Like there are guys who are actively balding who leave hair everywhere, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I have a pretty thick head of hair, and you know what? There's always so much hair in my bathtub.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I think you just shed hair.
that's life, yeah. Yeah, we're going up a hill.
And then we're going to be over the hill pretty soon.
Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
We had a lot of fun things came up this weekend. What's something else? The menstrual cramp counselor.
Oh, yeah, Brendon's a cramp counselor.
Cramp counselor. For anybody who gets cramps, you can call me and I'll counsel you on them.
Oh, shit. There's some traffic. Yeah, we went for a lot of walks, long walks.
Yeah.
Got some good coffee. That's what I did. And we ate dim sum. And dim sum.
Yeah, we had dim sum and then we had dim sum again.
And
we went to
dim sum.
Yeah, you get dim sum.
Dim sum. Like, oh yeah, I just ate a lot of food and dim sum.
So you ate. What are you saying? Before we went to get dim sum, you ate a lot of food?
No, like the dim sum that I had before.
Uh-huh.
What's to say, yeah, we went to go get dim sum.
We did.
How was it? It was so good, there was a lot. And dim sum.
Well, that's redundant.
No, like, okay.
We went and got dim sum and dim sum. I mean...
Yeah.
Oh, because both of us got it. So Randy got dim sum and I got dim sum.
No, let's say both of us. So, like, asked me, did you get enough dim sum? Say that.
Did you get enough dim sum?
Yeah, I got plenty. And dim sum.
Yeah. You had dim sum. And
I don't think you get it.
you had We did have it twice. We went to, because I was trying to find this one place that I went to before that was really good. And then we wound up at a place in Chinatown that was okay.
Yeah, it was just...
But it wasn't like real dim sum. Well,
it was real. It's just like, it's just different.
They didn't come around with the carbs.
I'm glad we did both of those, though, because that was both ends of the spectrum. One cost $13 to feed both of us. That was our total. And the other one cost like $80 to feed both of us. So...
But we did get a lot at the second place.
Yeah.
But, it was a little pricey. But it was nice. So we had dim sum, and then we had dim sum. I think I'm on the right track now.
Okay, let's say, did you eat dim sum?
Yeah, I ate it with you.
Never mind. Okay, it's like I'm saying, and then some. Like, I got a lot, and then some.
Oh, well, why don't you say that then? I had dim sum and then some.
Because it's a
then
joke
some dim sum. That's
dim
funny, because then you're saying, because some is spelled differently. Like, you're like, oh, I had some dim sum. But it's like two different sums.
Whatever, never mind. You just don't, I don't know. I don't think you're a fan of, like, my comedy, I guess.
I think I'm a fan of your comedy. I don't hear a lot of it.
Like, you don't, does that make sense to you?
Well, what's an example of your comedy? Like, right now we're talking about dim sum. That's not comedy. That's just...
And dim sum, that's an example of my comedy.
So you just say things with an attitude. I ate some dim sum, sucker. That's probably good. If you said sucker after it,
I don't think...
Try it.
Nah, I don't
just
really...
Be like, I had dim sum, sucker.
I don't feel... I'd rather just write my own material. I don't want to, like, team up with you and write. Whatever.
Alright. I mean, I think I get it. I think I'm on the right track.
Alright, well, I just feel embarrassed because, like... I don't know. I feel like if you were to say it, I would have laughed, but you wouldn't have said it because you didn't think it makes sense.
Well, I guess it just doesn't make sense to me because you're saying, okay, you had dim sum, and then you had dim sum, or something.
No.
You're saying that you ate a lot of dim sum.
Forget about it.
So it's like if you were to be like, I just ate lunch, and I ate lunch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because you're like, I had lunch and lunch. If you know what I mean?
Okay. That is funny.
Right? Because it's like you ate so much. It's like, oh, what did I have for lunch? Well, I had lunch, and then I had some lunch. Right?
No, that's funny.
I had 4 dinners today.
Okay, so let me try it again.
Okay.
We had a lot of dim sum and a lot more. Twice the amount.
Yeah. I guess that's one way.
Or did you have dim sum?
Yeah.
And dim sum.
Yeah, I had some dim sum with my dim sum.
That's very funny. You're right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's the way you do it.
Thanks
You're
for
like,
punching
I
that
had
up.
dim sum with my dim sum.
I had dim sum and dim sum.
Can I have a dim sum with a side of more dim sum, please?
Dim sum and dim sum. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Phew.
Glad we got to the bottom
We
of
got
that.
through it, yeah.
I like that Godzilla style dinosaur.
That's your favorite dinosaur?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Godzilla's a gorilla.
No.
Yeah, Godzilla's a gorilla. It's not a dinosaur.
Oh.
Right?
I mean, it's all kind of a moot point because I'm Christian, so I don't believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to, in that case, choose... I don't know, is there like a Christian dinosaur?
No.
Can you believe in Christian dinosaurs?
That's a good question. I mean, but dinosaurs, they were just like... You couldn't really teach them how to read the Bible or anything. It's like teaching your dog. Well, I guess,
You could baptize a dinosaur.
Can you baptize a dog?
Yeah, you could baptize a dog.
We should go around and baptize dogs.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta get a priest.
Well, here's what we do. We could have a priest kind of be a little bit undercover.
Uh-huh.
And then have a little bit of water, holy water in a bottle.
Yeah.
And then basically kind of like, while people aren't paying attention, baptize their dogs. Or like, can I pet your dog real quick? And then like reveal that you're a priest and baptize their dog.
That's... Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a really good idea. And we'll have all these Christian dogs. Because dogs can't, like... Dogs don't care.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs don't like water, though. So that, you know, some of them might try to back away.
But that's just proof of, like, the Holy Spirit in action. Is watching the dog, like, react to the water. Like, they're being moved by it, you know?
Yeah.
They're actually reacting to the water.
Yeah. Well...
That'd be good. And
we're going to have to get a priest, though, because we can't really... Or no, I guess we just get the holy water. We get holy water.
Yeah.
So then we can baptize. You don't have to be a priest, right?
I don't really know. But I think this is good for Christianity, because then now we have someone on our side on the inside.
Yeah.
So our Christian dogs that we baptize can work from within the home and try to convert their owners into Christians. Just by, you know, maybe just a little bit, set an example in the home or something.
Yeah. Are you baptized?
Oh, yeah.
Christian?
Constantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 3 times a day. Total,
is that good to do?
Total Christian, 3 times a day baptized. Well, I don't know. I just do it with my meals, you know. I
baptize yourself.
I have a glass of whatever I'm drinking, and then I also have a glass of holy water, and I baptize myself before every meal.
What if you diluted your semen with holy water and you sprayed that all over the hotel?
Well then, wow, I don't know.
That's probably a one-way ticket straight downstairs.
I feel like the second you did that, like weird, like chemical smoke would start coming out of it. Like, I don't think you should mix semen with holy water. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fucking, the wicked witch would like emerge out of it or something.
What happens when you boil holy water? Is it still holy water?
Yeah, I just think it purifies it. You know, if you find holy water in like a lake,
what?
Like if you're survival, you know, you want to drink moving water, but if it's stagnant water, there's a chance there's
bacteria.
Yeah, some bacteria in there. And if it happens to be holy water, you should boil it. I don't think there's anything against boiling holy water, especially if you're trying to survive and drink it.
What if you had, okay, here's a question for you, hotshot, Mr. Know-it-all.
Okay, bring it on.
What if you got a bucket of holy water, and then you dumped it into a lake? Does that make the whole lake? Like, what happens there? You're so smart. I can't wait to hear this. Can't wait to hear your answer, Einstein.
That's a great question. Well, I think there could be a few things that happen. Either the holy water, you dump it in there and you think it's mixed in, but really that bucket of water is stays together. So there's like like when you're like swimming and you feel a little warm pocket, that's probably what that is. You ever do that? When you're in kind of like a cold river or lake and then all of a sudden there's just a little bit of warm water? That's probably just a little patch of holy water. That, or the whole lake is now holy water, but it's like, less proof. Holy water is they measure it by proof. Like that's why they call alcohol spirits. It's because it's named after the way they used to measure holy water.
Oh, wow, you know so much about food and beverage.
So the lake would technically be holy water, but it would be such low proof that like if you mix a shot of whiskey with 5 gallons of water, you wouldn't get that drunk because it's so diluted. So if you baptize yourself in a holy water lake that you dumped a bucket of holy water in, you'd be barely baptized.
Right.
It just wouldn't be that effective.
So if you're an alcoholic and you're not allowed to drink, somebody dumps a shot of whiskey into the lake.
In a whole lake,
In a whole lake, and then you swim in that lake and get some of the water in your mouth. Technically, you're drinking.
Yeah, you'd have to
give all your chips back.
You have to turn in your chips. You'd have to, if you're on probation, you'd probably have to turn yourself in and go back to jail for that.
They make you go, wait, you have to stop drinking?
No, if part of your probation is you're not supposed to be drinking or doing drugs or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I guess they can do that, huh?
Yeah, because sometimes people have to wear
They wear a bracelet. They wear an ankle bracelet that can detect alcohol.
Yeah, like every time they drive, you have to blow into your ankle bracelet, I think.
You have to be really flexible.
Well, I mean, in reality, humans are followers of dogs. If you walk a dog, if you've ever walked a dog, you're a follower of a dog.
Yeah, I guess dogs are always kind of like
In
a little
front.
out of you.
Yeah. So if we get Christian dogs, just by how things work, humans will follow these Christian dogs, and that's good news.
What should we do? And I'm not suggesting that we do this because I don't think it's a good idea. But sorry, I keep dropping my phone. I'll just leave it in that thing. We're not baptizing any cats, so.
Oh no. No, because I feel like, you know how some people get the bad impression from Christians because they're like, some Christians give the religion a bad name by being rude or by being very judgy, which you shouldn't be. But it's just like, people say, dear Lord, save me from your followers or something like that. I've heard that or something like that.
Okay.
Cats are really kind of bitchy, and if we baptized cats and they were our messengers, people would be turned off because cats would be like,
well, they just bite people out of nowhere.
yeah, give weird, dirty looks, like fucking condescending eyes, Ugh.
So, but maybe
Dogs, any type of primate too, monkeys, chimps, gorillas. We
can't really get that close to a monkey though.
We could baptize Godzilla. He's a gorilla.
Godzilla the gorilla.
Godzilla the
Christian gorilla.
Yeah, man. That'd be the most powerful message of Christ.
That would be pretty cool.
Baptize Godzilla the gorilla.
Yeah. Because then you'd have to pay attention to him.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a choice. He'd punch through your fucking high rise, pull you out, and tell you about scripture.
Yeah. He'd fucking pull you right out of your high rise. He's always climbing up on high rises.
Yeah, and just fist punching.
Yeah.
And pulling ladies out from the shower and spreading the good word.
Well, if he's Christian, he shouldn't be doing that.
Well, anytime's a good time to talk about our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. But you shouldn't be punching through people's high rises.
Yeah, you're right. That's a little bit pushy.
It's pushy, it's rude, and it gets expensive after a while.
It does, yeah. That's before I got really into it. I was only baptizing myself like once a day back then, just in the shower each morning, because I was already in the tub.
Yeah.
But now I do it every meal, so sometimes, at least 3 times a day.
Yeah, because you'll eat 5 meals sometimes.
Yeah, the doctor says 5 small meals, so may as well do 5 small baptisms.
I don't know if it's good to baptize yourself that much. Because then you become immune to it, maybe.
Oh, you mean spiritually?
Well, just
it's,
like,
it's
you know how...
It's definitely not good for your skin or your hair or your eyes,
Yeah.
It dries yourself out.
But it's like you can make yourself, like, you could feed yourself a little bit of poison every day. And then build up a tolerance.
Yeah.
So when someone tries to poison you, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So the baptisms could be working that way. Like, maybe you're not even getting anything out of these.
That's one way to think about it, yeah. You know what? But the other thing that's kind of, now that I've been doing it so much every single day, I think if I were to just stop doing it cold turkey, it would be bad. I might have to wean myself off of it. Like tomorrow go down to 4 baptisms, and then in a week go down to 3, and then in another week go down to 2.
It's like quitting smoking.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pharmaceuticals that are like that too. Steroids, different types of steroids.
Yeah.
You have to wean yourself off of.
And antidepressants, I think, work like that too.
Whatever. I'm trying to think of another. Prednisone. I think that's a steroid though.
Or you could just try to go cold turkey.
Cold turkey, but I'd have baptism withdrawals. But if you wanted to do it quick,
what you could do is, as you wean yourself off of it, instead of just doing it less, replace one of your baptisms with just regular water.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then you kind of get the placebo, then at least you're still going through the motions.
So left my Converse All-Star. That's all right.
So if anybody's eating at the Carl Jr.'s in Coalingua, there's a size 13 basketball shoe in the restroom, in the stall.
I left it right next to the out-of-order urinal. There's 3 urinals. One of them had a big trash bag over it. Yeah. It's got to be right next to that.
Oh, that was out of order? I thought that was just like a fun urinal.
You peed on that one?
I peed on it.
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
It didn't say out of order.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
It just had a bag on it.
Maybe I just assumed.
It's like fun, like it's just like, oh cool, they give you options.
It's like a different style.
Yeah, it makes different noises, it's loud, it's fun.
Oh yeah, well there was a drain right below it, so, like a ground drain. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's just that style. Maybe that's like a Swedish urinal or something, who knows?
Yeah, I mean it is California still.
Yeah, Rudy Tooty, California.
Is that the state slogan?
I think it's at least it's somewhere. It's official. It's like the motto. I don't know if it's a slogan. Slogan. It might be the state bird, the Rudy Tooty, which is like
it's a weird looking bird.
The Rudy Tooty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got this loud kind of tooty noise that it makes.
It's got crazy hair too.
It does have crazy hair.
It's not even feathers, it's hair.
Yeah, it is. It's the only bird that has hair, I think. So people thought it was a mammal for a really long time, but it's not.
And I actually, because of my religion, I don't believe in birds.
Really?
Well, because they say that they came from dinosaurs, and we all know dinosaurs didn't exist.
Oh. So that's why you don't eat chicken?
No.
Because, chicken...
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know?
Chicken? What is that?
It's a bird. It looks a lot like...
I don't believe in birds.
No. That explains it.
Secret podcast.
Messing around with the format a little bit, too, as far as, we want to release one podcast that has, an hour from the studio...
Yeah.
And then a snippet of something that we recorded in a car.
What if we recorded on we should go to a roller coaster or something.
Yeah, man, we can take that anywhere.
Yeah.
That's great.
We go on that carousel's really loud at Griffith Park. So we go on that merry-go-round. But it's loud.
Well, whatever, it'd be funny to have like a special treat at the end of an episode. The episode ends, and then one of us could do a from in studio at a different time. I don't know, you know what I mean? Have more kind of like Duncan's podcast has little snippets of things.
Yeah.
Well, whenever we have something that's not that long, and we don't want to post a 5-minute thing on its own, we can find a home for it at the end of a podcast or at the beginning of a podcast or something, You know
what we should do?
What?
We should do a podcast from Duncan's podcast.
On that thing?
Yeah, we'll bring this with us.
Yeah, dude.
Do our podcast from his podcast.
That's funny. So just for part of it,
we'll be trying to do a podcast.
Or we'll start doing his podcast, and he'll be like, "Can you hold on a second?" And then we start doing this podcast. Yeah. So us talking is on his podcast, but then this file is on our page.
Yeah.
That's amazing cross promotion. That's so perfect, because then they'll be forced to go listen to it just to hear it. And we'll have a guest.
But it's not really a guest. It's a host.
Wait, what?
Our guest will actually be a host.
We'll be Duncan.
Yeah.
You want to be our guest on our podcast while we're your guest on your podcast? That's so funny.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I've been recording this too.
Really?
Yeah, secret podcast.
Oh, you're a jerk, dude.
What are you talking about?
What did I say?
Nothing. We were just talking about doing podcasts.
About the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm probably an idiot.
No.
You always do this, and then I get all worried about how I sound.
Well, the good news is that it's not. Nobody's listening to it right yet. So
Yeah.
and you have complete control over it because
Well,
you're gonna be uploading it.
I'm defenseless against myself.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So.
I just remember myself going, "That's amazing cross promotion."
Yeah, that's pretty
like,
funny.
That's really dorky. that's like something a 14-year-old kid would say to his parents, like trying to act like an adult.
Yeah.
You son of a gun. You covered the light really well too.
Yeah.
Man, you're slick. I'll never trust you again, bro. Get out of my car.
Oh no, but Randy, we're going 70 miles an hour.
Get out of my car.